Hello YouTube, my name is Stacy. I'm known here as Flighty Rambler, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel today. Today I'm working on something new. This is hashtag canyousaynapkins. It's an open collaboration hosted by Joanne from Junk Journal Treasures, Susan from Susan Hiles Art, and Sheree from Turquoise Dreaming. I'll have a link to all of their channels listed in the description box below. This January 14th prompt is collage with a napkin. And I waffled for some time deciding on what substrate to use before I remembered that I had picked up these jumbo cards from a recent haul. I'll link that video in the top right hand corner so you can go look at that if you like. These playing cards have a glossy finish, and so I need to add some tooth to be able to build up some layers on this card. I'm going to choose to use some plies from a previous napkin. I'm going to use a water brush, cut it into sections, and glue it down with my collage glue, which is a mixture of matte Mod Podge and water. There's great texture starting on that card, but I'm going to set it aside to continue to dry while I work on creating a layer of stamping on a ply of tissue paper. This is a tissue that I used on a previous project, an index card project. I'll put a link to that video in the top right hand corner. I'm going to use some mark making stamps and these permanent inks just to add some interest on this tissue paper. Once I've finished the one side, I'll flip it over and do the same to the other. That way I can add the extra tissue to my stash. The graphic is still a little too bold on this playing card, so I'm going to push it back by putting some white gesso on it. Once everything's dry, I'm just going to tear the extra tissue away. Next, I'll bring back my tissue paper that I created and find a section that I like. Then I'll use a water brush to draw on the border and tear it away. Then I'm going to take my collage glue and glue it down. I went through my other tube of modeling paste, but I have a spare, and I'm going to use some of that white modeling paste and this heart stencil and my metal spatula to create some more texture. Once that is dried, I'm going to set it aside and I'm going to focus my attention on my focal points. I'm looking through my stash of napkins and tissue papers, trying to find something that I want to use as my focal point. In the end, I choose this charming tissue paper with purple flowers. And don't forget to pull your plies apart when you're playing with tissue paper. I'm going to get my fingers sticky and pull them apart just like that. Once the plies are pulled apart, I'm going to use my water brush and I'm going to tear out carefully all of these flowers, the dragonflies, and the little bees. I'm going to choose some new brushes to paint out the backs of these flowers. I have this collection of brushes that I picked up at a thrift store. I showed it off in a haul video not too long ago. I'll put a link to that video in the top right hand corner. From experience, I know that if I try to put these tissue paper flowers down, the color will bleed through. So what I'm going to do is paint the backs of them with white gesso. Once I've painted the backs of the flowers, the little dragonfly and the bee, I'll set them aside to dry. Before I put the tissue paper down, I'm going to do some scribble journaling with a 2HB pencil. I find the background a little too confusing, so I want to add a wash of color. I'm going to choose this acrylic ink in fluorescent yellow, and I'll paint out the background, trying to leave the hearts white. Once the background is dry, I'm auditioning all the flowers and the insects to try to find my composition. It's going to take me a while to find it, but once I do, I'll glue down the white backed tissue paper, flower, and insects, and then I'm going to layer up the plain tissue paper on top of it to give it more depth. And I find that the colors really pop after I layer the two pieces of tissue one on top of the other. I'm going to enhance the hearts by drawing a black ink border around each of them. After the hearts are outlined and enhanced, I'm going to use that same pen and draw some sketchy lines around the flower and the insects. And then I'm going to get out a variety of Pitt Artists pens. These are an India ink, and once you apply it, there's a small moment where it's still able to be smeared and smudged. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting down some of the ink, smearing it and smudging it around, and then it dries permanent. I'm also going to use some Sakura Jelly Roll pens. Those are fun to add some details. However, unfortunately, I didn't quite let some glue dry, and I think I really clogged up my neon pink gel pen, which is, a shame. If there's anyone out there that knows how to bring a Jelly Roll pen back to life, let me know in the comments section below. To add the stem and leaves on this flower, I'm going to start by using the Stabilo All in black and in green. I'll also add a border of Stabilo All in black around the whole flower. To frame my project, I'm going to give it 2 frames. I'll start with the Pitt Artist pen in black and give it a dashed line. And then I'll take black archival ink and ink up all the edges. I'm really liking how this project is pulling together. I'm going to find a sentiment looking through Tim Holtz's big chat. Once I found the sentiment, I'll glue it down with Aileen's tacky glue. I feel the background needs to be broken up with the yellow, so I grab acrylic inks in fluorescent neon and fluorescent blue, and I add a bit here and there on the top and bottom of my project. I'm really happy with how this project turned out. I'm pleased with the size of the jumbo card and how it all came together using all these napkins. And now it's time for some black and white splats. I'll use a small round brush and cover up my sentiment to protect it and add beautiful splats all over my project. To bring more definition to those hearts that I used through the stencil earlier, I'm going to repaint them white and outline them again in black ink. Unfortunately, I forgot to hit record when I did that part. I'm having great fun with this hashtag canyousaynapkins, this open collaboration hosted by Susan, Joanne, and Sheree. I'll have all their information linked in my description box below. And that's it for this project. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. I encourage you to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.